Alrighty then. Everybody just gonna sit there and goddamn say nothing. Wow. Ooh. See here. Where should we start? How's everybody doing first? Let's get into that. I don't want to hit y'all deep until we. What's up, Troy? What's going on?
You know, I know a little bit about it, but I don't know much. You know, but I'm good. You know, I'm sitting here chilling. Just got finished talking to my son. My son just left the crib or whatever. And I'm just ready to build. What's up?
Right. About you right now. I'm trying to check the temperature in the room. I don't want to be giving people meat and they need milk.
Facts.
How about you, Sarah?
I'm good. Just off work. Just watching. Learning.
Okay. Where you work at?
I work at a nursing home.
Oh, that's right. Do you know anything about the holographic universe?
No.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
I'm about to. I'm about to. How about Alabama girl? You where are you at?
I'm in Alabama. I don't know nothing about that. I just know that I need more about calling on God. I need him every minute, every second to cover the door, lay my head and close my eyes.
Wow.
They newbies. You guys can't run a lot.
Yeah, I'm very new, so you're going to be doing a lot of milking and meat.
Yeah. Very interesting topic. I love spiritual.
I cannot. I cannot do people up on this panel that are not. It's not spiritual. I think I need to make the panel less.
Right, it is kind of hard to it's like you got to dumb yourself down and try to go all the way back to the beginning, which is very, you know.
Hold on real quick. Alright, they can learn in the comment section. Okay. So I'll start this off. I'll let the panel build out. We'll talk about the holographic universe. Okay. It's like nobody cares about the truth. I mean, like, what are you here for? What are you living? Like, why are you here? Like, I'm just eating some nuts. I'm gonna drink some water. Okay. I'll talk to the chat. Fine. I want an intelligent panel up here. People that are intelligent. If you're not intelligent, I really don't need you up here. I want people like,
Peace.
there you go. My ninja. Thank you for coming through. Artist imagined. Now we can build.
Wagwan.
Following you back right now. Thank you. All right, cool. I was almost feeling like I was about to get off. All right, cool.
I was just reading this on my live yesterday.
Really?
And I just got off the phone, and then when I got off the phone, because I was on this Bigo app, I didn't know I was on, and then as soon as I got off, it said holographic universe. I was like, oh shit.
Crazy. This girl actually has the book about the hologram.
Yeah, it's old. As you can see, I've had it for a long time. I'm just now revisiting it. Read
Really?
the first chapter yesterday.
Tell me what's some things that you partaked in and learned from it. That's amazing.
It was really like, so, I'm still trying to grasp the concept around some of the things that they were saying, because it's a lot of words like that. Like, honestly, I don't fully grasp and understand, but like it was really interesting to me how they were talking about, like, when things get split up, like they'll have a picture of an apple, right? And they can cut the apple in like hundreds of pieces, but once it goes through that certain microscope, it's still being seen as the whole apple, regardless of how many pieces it's been cut into. And so it's like, it doesn't really matter, like, what you're perceiving with your eyes, you know what I'm saying? Because what you're perceiving and what I'm perceiving could be two totally different things. That apple still exists. So it's just like, it's just kind of mind-blowing, Like, I'm going to get into it more later on my panel later. I mean, not panel.
On your panel. This is what you hear?
Not my panel, but on my live. Just my live. I just be reading my books.
Why not get into it right now?
I could, but I got off the phone. I came like just, I don't know what y'all discussing, but I just heard that and I was like, oh snap, like, yeah, I mean, holographic universe.
You don't know who I am.
I know who you are. I've seen your stuff. But I have to go to the grocery store, so I don't have time. Well, I have time, but
why come up?
I just like heard you say holographic universe. Then I'm like, that's what I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think that was meant for something. I was here yesterday. You and you did my astrology. So that was pretty. It was pretty accurate.
It was.
I ain't got the knowledge. I didn't claim to have the knowledge. I wouldn't claim that. But anyways.
Hello.
What you want me to read? I could read.
No, I didn't want you to read the book because I have all the knowledge.
Okay.
I got it right here. Like all the things that you about to teach, that's what I do. That's why I was trying to tell you, like, you reading the book, but into you clearly without the book.
Okay. Yeah. So that was interesting. That I got off the phone and then that's the first thing I heard is holographic universe.
Yeah.
And it's, damn, I should have seen what time that was so I could play those numbers.
Okay. Okay. So what's going on, y'all? Number 3, what's going on?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. I saw you was talking about astrology.
Is that what the title says?
Yeah, it says Spiritual Talk Astrology 101.
Oh shit, I gotta change that.
And my thing with mine is I feel like I don't connect with my sun sign.
Huh?
I feel like I do not connect with my sun sign.
Of course you don't, because it's not about your sun sign.
But you always say how you a Taurus.
I'm not a Taurus. I just figured out.
Why would you do that? Why would you put me on here?
What the hell?
Thanks. Cut me off.
Okay.
What is that?
What the?
So do you know anything about the holographic universe?
I do not. Can you tell me about it?
All right, I could teach you a little something,
Okay.
but I have to ask you some questions first.
Okay.
Okay, so
Can I ask a question? When you say holographic universe, are you referring to like quantum mechanics?
yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
Hold on, real quick. I gotta get rid of a couple roaches in my admins are not doing their job. I got them now. Lola, why you putting roaches in my building, man? Don't put that. Don't put roaches in there. Guys, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
How did you get here?
In the universe?
No, how did you get here?
Get here, like born. Okay. Talking spiritually and metaphysically, right?
Period. How did you get
Physically, we can say my mom and my dad bumped uglies. Boom. Spiritually, I mean, I don't really know what you mean. I guess I was a thought. I think I was a thought. I was a thought first. Right?
How did you get here?
How did you get here? I don't know what type of answer you're looking for. That's a broad question. Thank you, Vanity Goddess. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I was a thought first. I was a thought, and that then got manifested into the physical realm.
Where were you before here?
I don't know how to answer that question. I don't have those answers. I'm looking for those answers. Can you give me that answer?
That you was a thought. So where were you before here? I mean, you're here, and everything that you know is from your first memory. But where were you before you got here?
I don't know.
Isn't that fascinating?
It is. It is. I've thought about that and pondered it before, but I don't really know where to get those answers, if you know what I mean. Because there is no proof of our existence before we get to the physical
Before your
realm.
first memory?
There's no proof. Not saying it didn't happen, but there is no proof.
But why don't we remember where we come from before our first memory?
I think we can obtain those memories once we are at our highest self.
Well, how do you get to your higher self? Shouldn't that be the question? What happens after we leave here?
I think that then we transform into someone else. We're going to lose these memories, and that will then manifest whatever physical being that we will be into the next life. But there will be, I do believe there will be different generational.
Let me ask you this. So when this life ends, will life go on without...
When our life ends, yes, life will go on.
Life will go on?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I
beg to differ.
When you die, are you saying when you die or when life ends?
When you die, will this world continue to exist?
People die every day, and we still exist.
No, it won't. What if I told you that this world only exists because of you? Or you? That when you die, it dies with you?
My world will die with me, but not the physical world.
So you think that all of that you see exists without you?
I mean, are you just talking about my perspective? Are you just talking about my perspective?
The world that you see. Let's get this right. Let's go into how you see.
Okay.
Okay, do you know how it works?
I know it comes from perspective.
Okay, so light photons hit your eyeballs. Those light photons convert themselves into electrical signals that travel through the optical nerve of your eye.
Right.
And the brain, which is encased in darkness, tells your eyes what it's seeing.
Right.
So the brain tells you what you're seeing, hearing, smelling. Your ears, your hearing is connected, or is electrical signals going into your ear. Your brain that goes through a wire, audio wire, right, which is your nervous system, and your brain interprets these electrical signals from an external world. But your brain is encased in darkness.
Right.
How can the brain which is encased in darkness, tell your eyes what it's seeing. What you're tasting, what you're feeling, and what you're experiencing in a world it's never been. So if your eyes are receiving light photons, those light photons turn into electrical signals, travel to your brain. Your brain receives those electrical signals, and then your perception of what you've seen comes from the interpretation that your brain had. I'll make it simple. If I'm inside the house, and I've never been outside the house, but 5 other people, we'll call those the senses, they bring me data from the outside. And I tell the eyes what it's seen, the ears what it heard, the nerves what it feels, the tongue what it tastes, and the eyes what it's seen. They just go collect data. But the brain interprets.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying, and I think that's why, you know, different situations will happen.
So is the world happening out here, or is the world happening in here? Our body is also an electrical signal perceived and interpreted by our brain. Everything you see is electrical signals. So do you even have a body? Is this even real? How can this be real when the brain is telling me what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm... The brain is encased in darkness. It cannot perceive what's outside of your skull. Yet we believe this reality is real.
So how do people see what I see or hear what I hear?
The people that you see are a part of your interpretation too.
So no one is real?
They can't be. It's all in your head. Literally.
So you're in my head right now?
You're talking to yourself. Okay, tell me how you're not. Scientifically, tell me how you're not. Tell me how you're able to hear me. Tell me how you're able to see me. Do you know how the brain works?
I'm not an expert at it, but somewhat.
Okay, you have 5 senses. You receive reality through 5 senses.
Right.
Let's just use the eyes. See the eyeballs? How does sight work? It's a simple question. How does sight work? Light photons received by the retina of your eye go through the retina into the optical nerve and become an electrical signal. So what's on the outside is not real. It's just an electrical signal being sent to the brain, which is encased in darkness. The brain is interpreting this electrical signal to be, oh, I'm on Vigo. So the brain is in darkness. How can the brain tell the eyes what it's really seeing? So what is on the external world is nothing more than what the brain perceives in a darkness. Your brain is encased in darkness, yet it's telling your eyes what it's interpreting the electrical signals from your eyes. That is something to think about, right?
So technically, this is what we're doing. Daydreaming.
We're doing? I'm a figment of your imagination. Your body is a figment of your imagination. You are living inside of your mind. And this is a hologram. Everything you see, taste, touch, and hear, even your body, is a figment of your imagination. And none of this shit is real. Now, if you want to go deeper, we can go deeper.
Okay. I'm ready.
Now that we know the external world, our body, and everything that we feel, because everything that we feel is what we know. That's all we know. That's existence. But existence is contingent upon the interpretation of the brain. We have to now ask ourselves, what is the brain interpreting? And are we receiving reality or projecting it? Well, in that case, we must study our dreams. At nighttime, you go into the darkness. Every night, you close your eyes and you go into the darkness. On the other side of that darkness, you have a dream. In that dream, you have another body. You can feel with that body.
Right.
You can touch with that. How did you get another body in the dream world? Was you born? Matter of fact, you can meet me and say, hey, I seen you in my dream last night. And I was like, I wasn't in your dream. I was sleeping.
Well, you can say that comes from yourself.
What is the light? No, listen to me. Listen to me. What is the light that lights up your dreams? You're walking around in your dream. There's apparently light there because you went into darkness when you went to sleep. But all of a sudden, you're in a dream. There's no beginning of the dream because if you ever think about a dream, it begins from nowhere. It doesn't begin anywhere.
I mean, that's when you can talk about the realms and the different realms, physical realms that we live in.
Okay, what I'm simply asking you is, how do you get in your dreams? Where do you come from to get to your dreams? Your dreams are felt to be real until you wake up out of them. You ever been in a dream? You've been in a dream before, right?
Of course.
Okay. How did you get there?
Somehow we travel there through dimensions.
Is that a fancy word?
Dimensions?
Yeah.
I don't think. I think realms and dimensions are pretty much synonymous.
You sound very confident.
I don't know all the answers, but...
Then say you don't know. I can help you.
Okay. What do you think? How do we get there?
I don't know. All I know is that we go into darkness, and before you know it, we exist.
And it feels real.
And it feels real. We're getting stimuli, and we're feeling real, and we're there. But when you're in a dream, the question is, why is there never a beginning of your dream?
Yeah.
So when I ask you the question, how did you get here?
So I'm in a dream. That reminds me of that movie. What was that movie called?
Inception.
Yeah. Yep.
But I asked you seriously, how did you get here and where were you before here?
I guess in another dream.
Are you becoming lucid? Are you waking up?
Can I
Go
say
ahead. Go ahead.
the mind? I think the mind never. Well, the mind doesn't sleep. I don't think that we are really dreaming. I think the mind is perceiving as it's. I don't know. I don't. The mind never sleeps. So the subconscious never sleeps, which is the mind, which is the soul. So we can't. I don't think that we can base it, on a dream, because I don't think we're dreaming.
You don't think we're dreaming?
I think that everything is happening simultaneously. I don't think we're dreaming because the mind does not sleep. So how is it that we are dreaming?
Who told you the mind doesn't sleep?
Because the mind
Explain
is
the definition of sleep.
well. When you say dreaming, then you're
Divinity.
yes.
Define sleep.
Define sleep.
Because you said the mind doesn't sleep. I said define.
Okay, sleep is not being aware of.
Are you saying it's unconscious?
Yeah.
You want to look at the definition of sleep?
Okay. Can I say this? Is that you have the conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious existing at once. So when we're asleep, we're in the subconscious mind, and which is the mind, which is the soul, which is thought, which is consciousness. But then you have the consciousness of the mind that is aware of what's at the present moment, the now. So you have the
conscious mind is the finite mind, would you say, right?
I thought the subconscious mind was the mind, the soul. I don't understand, but. And then the soul, the soul is particles, is sparks of light of consciousness. So to say that we are dreaming, then I believe that we are by being in this avatar, in this physical, that appears to be a physical, we're talking about a different consciousness, because you have consciousness that's aware of the present moment. Then we have consciousness consciousness that's saying that we are aware of self.
Find what it means to be asleep.
To be unconscious of the present moment of this physical realm.
Okay, so is there people walking around asleep?
You say is people walking around asleep? No, because I can say this is that the subconscious mind is a frequency of thought, and even though we are in the physical body and we are asleep in the physical body, the mind is still tapping into other frequencies and giving us the illusion that there are other people, because now we are in dimensions of the subconscious mind. We're no longer within the conscious mind of the present moment.
Did you want to be punctual or do you want to be subjective? Because you're giving me your subjective thoughts. We have to define the word sleep.
Okay, to define. Okay, not being physically conscious.
No, look up the word sleep. Define it. Don't guess. See, you're guessing. That's called subjective thinking. We don't do that, and you know that we don't.
Right.
You can always be wrong. Why don't you just be politically correct?
Okay, because I have to get my laptop and look it up.
But don't be lazy.
Okay, we're gonna define sleep because
You see, like, it's easy not to think. I think that's not. I think that that's sleeping when we don't want to think. What is
well,
it to be
can
awake?
you say that everything is not logic? Could you, because you're speaking logically, but you're not leaving room for the right side of the brain, which is spiritually. That you know, our knowledge also can be embedded in our DNA, our coding. You know that
No, everything is logic. Everything is mathematical in the universe. Period.
Okay. Okay, can we agree that even though everything is mathematical in the universe, that the universe is also giving us the illusion of through mathematics that is physical when it's really not?
But mathematics will show that it's not.
Because once
We
you
know through mathematics it's not. It's called the observer's effect.
okay, but when you well
We know through quantum physics that it's not through math. Through logic, we know that.
that the unseen appears. Okay, okay, can we okay. Now, mathematics shows that there is a spiritual realm. But we have to understand that the spirit, we are condensed light. We are condensed light, right? So therefore, the mathematics shows us the logic side of that is spiritual.
No, I told you what spirit meant. You're being subjective.
Because it makes sense.
No,
It doesn't make sense.
no, you're being subjective.
So spiritually, it doesn't make sense that the
What does the word spiritual mean? See, you have to. You know what? Our ignorance is always binded in the words that we speak from it. So we have to break down these words so that we can understand what we're trying to say. You use the word sleep and you use the word spirit. Now, I was trying to get to the word sleep, and before we can get there, you threw the spirit realm in there. So now we have to break down the word spirit. My mind moves very sharp, very clear. I do not do belief. I do punctuality. You're using a word. What does it mean? What does the word spirit mean?
energy.
Okay. Now, what does the word spiritual mean?
Spirit in motion. Spiritual.
What is spirituality?
The reality of the spiritual realm. Spirit.
Okay, you just went left. You see, because you had it right at first. Spirit means energy. Spiritual means pertaining to energy. Spirituality is the study of energy.
Then that would be spiritual. That would be ology is the study, means the study. So how is spirituality?
Spirituality is whatever's pertaining to energy, which would mean that spirituality meant science.
Okay. Spiritual means the study of spirit.
The study of energy.
So then why it's not worded spiritual?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to be punctual when you're talking because you're talking things subjectively from what you feel inside. But someone that's educated and logical will always hear what you're not understanding. When you say spirit to someone educated or aware or not awake, which is the opposite of sleep, which means unconscious.
Yes, right. Of the physical realm. That means you're unconscious of the physical realm.
Listen, to be unconscious is to be unaware. You were just asleep until I made you aware or awoken you with what the meaning of the word spirit meant. So you're sleeping when it comes to the word spirit. You're unaware of that. So when it comes to the word spirit or the definition of the words that you're using, You're asleep because you're being subjective, using words that you're not even aware that you're using. So that is what sleep is. Now we're knocking out two birds with one stone. Sleep, it means to be unconscious. Awake means to be aware, conscious. Conscious, unconscious. Conscious means awake, aware, awareness. And unconscious means to be asleep.
Right.
Is it that simple?
Yeah, that's fact.
But for the mind to be asleep is to be unaware. So the mind can sleep because most people are unaware of what they are and what reality is. Because they are what? Unconscious. They're unaware. So they are what? Sleep. So the mind can
But we was talking about the I thought you was talking about the physical, the body sleeps. We dreams. In order for us to dream,
there is no physical. Everything is energy. Everything is spirit.
Right. But the spirit projects as the physical realm. Yes or no?
No, the physical realm is spirit.
Okay.
I don't do well teaching like this, my nigga, because I want to teach with somebody that's inquisitive to learn rather than trying to debate me on some shit they don't know what they talking about.
I'm trying to get
I have to be in like a student-teacher relationship. I can't debate people. I can't.
I'm not debating.
No,
I'm just.
you are arguing with me. That's what it's called. It's called an argument. I can't do that. You have to. I'm someone you learn from. You come to me and ask me questions, and I give you clarity. I can't argue back and forth with you. I am a master teacher. I'm a master at spirituality. I'm the Messiah. I don't do well going back. I don't argue with people because I have the knowledge that you don't have.
Well, I wasn't trying to argue with you. I was trying to see if you was where I was coming from. It's called communication.
Okay, look up the word argue. Again, you're asleep on that word because you're thinking. If you look up the word argue, you would see that you're making a point, I'm making a point. We're arguing, period. That's what it is. I don't argue with people. I know what I'm talking about. I don't debate facts. Like, I'm giving you facts. You can learn or you can get off the panel. Like, it doesn't matter to me, but I don't argue back and forth with people. I don't, because I have the answers. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you understand what you think you know. Straight up. And everything I'm telling you is pinpoint accurate, period. You should be grateful you're able to talk to me. Like like on some G shit, you should be like, oh shit, I'm here with that nigga. If you are awake, if you are conscious, then you would know who I was. And you would be like, yo, I'm on the phone with Baba G. Like, I'm really on the phone with, like, the Christ. This is Jesus. He has all the answers to the universe. Like, how can you argue with someone that's put in so much work that I've had? Because you don't know who I am, because you haven't found who you are.
You are me. You said I'm you and you are me. You are a projection of my own mind. So why are you
a projection of your own mind? But this version of you has the answers that help you wake up. So at the end of the day, when you're in your mind and you're navigating through your mind, you find you're tapping into different frequencies of yourself. I'm your higher self. When you want to tap into divine knowledge, you don't come disrespecting me. You walk into my classroom, which is your classroom, to learn about who the fuck you are. You don't come arguing with the teacher. That don't make no sense. That's working against yourself. If I know everything is me, as different versions of myself, like a radio station, I'm tapping into different frequencies of myself, trying to find myself. If I have the keys and the answers to your own salvation of understanding knowledge of self, why would you argue with me? That doesn't make sense. It's only because you don't know who you are enough to know that, yo, that's the teacher. That's the person that can give me the answers that I'm looking for. I don't have the answers. I do have the answers in the sense that everything is me, but that version of me right there is the piece that I need to give me the answers I need. Why would I come to this person with a cup full? You cannot come to me with a full cup. You have to come to me with an empty cup with questions. And the energy that you, and the spirit that you have to come to me with has to be with the utmost respect to learn what I have to offer you. But if you think you already have it, then very well. Very well. You have it. You have it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to step down because I see you have a problem with, you have no self-control.
Self-control? I'm well controlled right now. You can step down all you want. Like, it's not about self control. I hold myself. I make boundaries. The thing is, like, what I have is very valuable. I know who I am, and I refuse to let people disrespect my domain. I refuse to allow people to come in and think they can argue with me when I'm a master at what I'm talking about. I eat, sleep, shit this. This is what I do. Like, I don't have to explain who I am. Either you know who I am or you don't. If you don't know who I am, then you can't get it and you never will. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not out of control. I'm well in control of myself. I just explain myself clearly. That's what it is. Not for everybody.
Shit. What's good? What's good? Peace, God. Peace to the most high. Peace to the most low. I love my son. And I overstand. I don't feel like y'all both was disrespecting each other. I feel like it was just a misunderstanding. You feel me? Because some people are logged into this certain dimension of, let's say, this frequency. So when they look at it, I only can speak from this. You feel me? So that's the only way I can perceive. If you can't perceive it, and you can, it's just so, it's not words. You feel me? Just like how y'all say in the sleep realm, you're unconscious. You're not sub-unconscious. Even when you're in a coma, you're not sub-unconscious, unconscious, whatever fuck. You're unconscious. That is your main paradigm of everything you believe, love, smoke, eat. You feel me? It don't matter what it is. That's the thing that reminds you what you already know you do. The thing that guides you through this thing is the subconscious. That's what you add on to the new sponge. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like when you sleep, you see the leap in what you're already going to do. That's why it's a deja vu. Deja vu. Deja vu. Because remember, J is H in Spanish. You feel me? So you see the leap that you're already going to see. It's like talking to yourself and yourself just forgot. It's made to forget. We already know this. But not made to forget at that moment. If you're not tapped into this, you're going to be who you're going to be. Regardless. You are who you are. So we see exactly what we see. We're not blind. And what I said, when you're standing in darkness, like just seeing the realms, you can look into my eye and I can look into your eye. You're going to see that little black dot. I'm looking at your black dot off the, my bad, somebody just called, off the actual light that hits off the light we actually see each other off. You're going to see my reflection in your eye, meaning I can actually see your view and you're going to see my view. But if we look between that, we're going to see the darkness that we're really in because we're looking at each other through it. It's like looking through a fish hole. You feel what I'm saying? People always ask, what color is your eye? I honestly don't believe your eye is brown, sir. I believe that there's a pure coat over this eye that guards it, and we only see what's inside. But in actuality, we don't actually care what's inside. You feel me? We judge off of that so fastly. If your eye really didn't have a pure coat over it, if something fell in it, why the fuck did it stay on the front? Why did it stay right there? It would have fell and fucked everything up that quick. We don't really look at what we're looking at all. And spirituality, I think a spirit is, I think of natives when I hear the word spirit, because they spirit it and they honored it. E.T., it. They honored it. They honored everything of it. So they spirited it. They put clothes on it. They loved it. They did everything with it, man. That's what we forgot. It is actually the 10th letter of the alphabet. People just forgot that the Gregorian alphabet we use, we forgot that it got remade. So of course you would leave out a certain pattern of what was created. And they even honored it to know they didn't make it. It made it. You feel me? We just speaking from it the whole time. That's how the conscious work. I've been studying it for a while now. Well, I am it, so I can't say. You feel me? Straight up. I feel you when you say you a G. You feel me? Because we are OGs by mind. You feel me? We already know we OGs. No cap. I have something so old, but I am so young. You feel me? Meaning I can tap into things that's already been here. It just takes time for me. Not even time. I am time. You feel me? It just takes a moment for me to really hear it. Are you here? or are you here, bruh? You feel me?
Not really. Let me ask you this: when you die, does this reality go on?
When you die, you live. When you live, you die. I'm telling you, it's already in logic. If I throw this up in the sky, it's gonna come down. Are you really looking at what you're looking at, sir? You feel me? That's the way it works. We already know this. We just listen to bullshit. But you gonna be who you are regardless.
What's up, Queen G?
What's up with it? How y'all doing?
You
got
got
a very interesting topic.
Huh?
That's a very interesting topic that you're speaking on. You know, I have always wondered about these things, and I have often, got to talk to pastors, preachers, someone that can give insight, on things that your guys are talking about. Because I have had inner life experience, you know what I'm saying? That sometimes it's hard for me to explain to people. They look at me like I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I have been through a lot in my life, I have seen things, they say in the spiritual realm, I have seen things that were actually not there, but they were there. And sometimes it's hard for me to explain it to people because it's beyond their thinking. I mean, it's they can't think how I'm thinking, and it's complicated. But I hear y'all talking because the things that y'all are saying is some things that I have experienced myself. There can't nobody give me no interpretation about.
True. Like I said,
I'm serious.
You are you, regardless. It don't matter who you are. You had to accept this the first day you came. You see at a certain point of view. So if somebody can't see that point of view, either way in our mind, we're gonna say we can do anything. We're possible. You feel me? I'm possible. So nothing's impossible. You feel me? It's certain. This language is for you too. Because a French man will tell you he lives in Britain.
I often wonder how I got here. And I'm not just talking about my mama having me, her laying down having sex. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know how I came into existence, just like that.
That's a lot of energy. You feel me?
Yeah, I want to know. It's something in the atmosphere. It's something out here. I can pick up on the vibes. I can pick up on it.
Okay, I'm gonna break
this down. I can see things that people can't see.
Exactly.
I have a gift. I can see things before things even happen. I sure can. I have that gift. I have that gift. And believe me, a lot of times it's not good. It's not good. I can pick up on evilness. I know when evilness is around me, I pick up on things like that.
Okay, number 3, what's going on?
I was a teenager.
So,
your life is...
based on your question of when we die, if the reality exists. So, from what I'm getting, you're talking about this idea of reality exists because of our mind, right? So, we could question the physical world. It's kind of like physicalism versus dualism, essentially, and qualia, which is all philosophy. And Descartes, what I'm getting from you is Descartes' argument, which is even if we could question everything around us, we can't question our own existence. And by not being able to question our own existence, which is our mind, we exist, okay? So when we die, does reality exist? Our reality doesn't exist anymore because our thinking, unless our thinking mind continues to live on, right? I mean, this idea of this hand that I'm holding right now, this reality is going to cease to exist, right? Because what's going to die is the body, this conceptualization of my body. And everything else around me is, of course, going to die. So the reality that I'm living is going to die. The reality of someone else is still going to continue on. You get what I'm saying?
How can the reality of someone else live on when everyone else is a figment of your imagination and the world let me finish.
Yeah, sure.
The world that you perceive as far as other people are from your 5 senses. Everything in existence is from your five senses. I am a figment of your imagination as well as your body is. How can the world still exist if you're not observing it?
What I meant by that was
The
I think
world,
of
the
when
world
I think
that you see and everyone in it and everything in it is a reflection of the observer. The observer is observing itself. You are inside your own mind. When you pass, the world passes with you. This is all a figment of your imagination.
True.
No
True.
one's going
Right.
to live on outside of you because no one exists outside of you.
Exactly. All right.
The
True.
world is
I'll give
contingent
you that one.
upon your electrical signals being received by your mind. Everybody you see, hear, speak is all a world within your mind. And when your mind is no longer observing it, it's called the observer's effect. When the observer is no longer observing the thing, then it turns into a potential, a wave of potential. Meaning when you're not looking, when you're not conscious or aware of something, the observer, nothing exists outside of your observation. And that is the deepest of understanding that you can ever come to. That nothing exists outside of you.
I'll give you that, but this is what I'm thinking of, right? You are a thinking being, right? Because you yourself is a mind. Your mind is a thinking being. It exists, right? So when my thinking being is moved away, the things that your thinking being is still perceiving still exists in that sense. And that's what I was looking at us as two existing thinking beings, and my reality may end, but that next thinking being's reality continues. And so all the things that
it can't, because the next thinking being is a figment of your imagination.
I don't think so.
How? Okay, let me explain it to you. I think you missed the first part of this.
I did.
Okay, let me explain this to you. How do your eyes work?
Well, light reflects onto my retina.
In relation to your brain.
So light hits my retina. Light hits my retina. My retina sends a signal through my nerves.
What kind of signal? What kind of signal?
Electrical signal.
Electrical
to
signal.
my brain.
Which is encased in darkness. Your brain is encased in darkness. But your brain has never seen the external world, but it's interpreting that electrical signal to tell you that what you just seen. So that means that what you basically, the outside world is nothing more than electrical signals perceived by the brain, which has never seen the outside.
So you're trying to tell me that your thinking being doesn't exist, and I'm just
no. What I'm saying to you by science, you said light photons hit your eye retina. The retina sends an electrical signal through the optical nerve of your brain, right? Your brain. Therefore, which is encased in darkness, never seen the outside world ever, is going to tell your eyes what it's seen. How?
Yeah, this is what I'm getting at right now. I feel like you're trying to basically compound upon the physical and the metaphysical, in a sense.
No. So, brother. Just stay with me. Don't try to diverge or go anywhere else. Stay right on this point. How the eyes work. King Hebrew, relax, brother. I see you, bro. Relax. Control yourself, brother. I got you. You on the panel. I'm gonna let you talk. I got you. Listen. So if the eyes receive electrical signals, just like the ears, just like the nervous system, it's all connected to the brain, which interprets your vision. And I always give the example of me being in the house, 5 of my friends go outside, collect data, bring that data to me, and I tell them what they hear, what they smelt, what they tasted, what they felt, and what they seen. But they just collect electrical signals.